You're welcome to the part 2 of the Mastering Your Mind program. The journey to wellness, productivity, and talent leadership. Now, this is the DOTTTECC wellness program. In this first segment, we are focusing only on wellness. We are not yet moving deep into talent, leadership, or productivity, as it were. Although part of what we're doing actually, we still enhance your productivity and leadership, but it's not integrally focused on enhancing productivity. It's first of all primarily focused on enhancing wellness. That's why we are calling it DOTTTECC Wellness program. It's a 7-day program. I've shared the day 1 already, so I want to move into day 2. Don't forget also there's a log. After implementing the assignment, you record your activity and outcome in the daily log book, which you are going to submit eventually. So you're welcome to this 7-day wellness booster. It's a guide to help you express improvement in key aspects of your well-being. And the activities are based on time-tested principles of healthy living, including timeless spiritual truths. So we are moving on to day 2 now. Day 2. Now, in this day 2, we're going to focus on 3 key activities. One, to improve your functioning daily living, in your achievement each day. We're going to be focusing on the most important tasks that will enhance your productivity, as it were. And so we're going to be focusing on how to enhance that. Then the second part is deep breathing exercises, and then prayer pause. And then the fourth one will be the sleep hygiene. The sleep hygiene is a recurrent one every day, because of course every day we have to sleep. So we also want you to keep repeating that sleep hygiene reset. So let me start with the first one. I want you to document each morning. I want you to list in your logbook 3 most important tasks that you need to call it MIT, that you must accomplish each day. 3 most important tasks you need to do that. And then you now begin to work on accomplishing them. And as you're accomplishing them, you begin to tick them off like a checklist. You begin to tick them off. That's very important. So, but most successful people around the world, they operate what you call to-do list. And usually those lists are programmed. You think big, but you start small. In fact, your bigger vision for the future is usually split into daily activities. So that's actually the way it should be done. You don't just do things haphazardly. And then you have to also discipline yourself to, keep distractions at bay. They come in various shapes and forms. So we may not be able to talk about that, dealing with distractions, even in this program yet, but it's a very important point you have to take note of. You have to make sure you focus on achieving those tasks we have listed as must to-do list, and of course, before then, you also get all the materials to help you achieve those objective to-do lists ready, at hand, not something you have to begin to search for and then to waste all your time and you're not able to achieve those objectives again. So you get all those materials ready before then, and then you block off all activities, if possible, switch off your phone to be able to finish the task one at a time each, and you program the time for it. If you have other activities, you have to block certain times for accomplishing those activities. So those are part of the strategies you need to. And then at the night, you tick them off. You go through your list, and you check them. Ensure your tasks relate, of course, as much as possible to your life goal, including your spiritual, academic, and financial goals. I decided to split my own goals into those 3 areas: the spiritual goals, the academic goals, or career goal if you're not schooling yet. If you are already working, you can call it career goals, and then financial goals. These are all very important because you need the area, to accomplish the financial. So you need to have all this. And I'm assuming that you know how to craft SMART goals that are measurable, that are specific and attainable. Those kind of goals. You can Google them, SMART goals, and acronym SMART goals. So you make sure your goals are meeting those standards, and then you begin to implement them. Make sure they're also aligned to your vision. So, like I said, I cannot overflow this point. I expect that all your goals should be aligned with your talent and your calling also. And then, so if you keep on doing that, you discover that you are going to increase. What I'm trying to say is that if you think you can even do much more than 3, maybe there are more demands of activities of things you need to do each day, you can increase the number if you think you have the capability to accomplish them. So as much, but first of all, prioritize them and put the important ones first, and you know your area of peak energy. Quickly attack them. Some of us, you may have to do some things before you leave the house. Some of us, by the time you get to work, you so much distraction, you won't be able to you won't be able to accomplish your goal. So I would advise that you can block time in the house each day to quickly accomplish some very important goals before you move out to the public domain where you can be distracted. So those are part of the strategies. So that is that. Then number 2, deep breathing. In the course of engaging this work, you may begin to experience, you may not even be conscious of it that you are already undergoing some stress, because the more you work, the more your body is likely to be stressed. And so how do you cope with stress? Practice the 4-7-8 breathing exercise. And then you also practice 10 minutes prayer, intermittent prayer session, in which you pray, and then you also pray in tongues and then take authority, very important. So, but let me quickly share with you that 4-7-8 breathing exercise. Maybe you are not familiar with it. This is the steps are listed here, as you can see in my screen here. Those are the 6 steps involved in the 4-7-8 breathing exercise. So you sit or lie down comfortably, then you keep your back straight, then you close your eyes, and then you begin to exhale completely. That is, you breathe out through your mouth with a whooshing sound, like that, and you do it slowly. Then you also inhale through your nose this time around to a mental, and then while you do a mental count of 1 to 4. That is the number 3. Number 4, you hold your breath. After inhaling, you hold your breath for a count of 7 before you begin to release the breath. Then number 5, you now begin to exhale completely through your mouth, making a whooshing sound again, and then you count up to 8. So as you go through these principles, don't forget the count. That's a 4-7-8 count. As you go through that count, it has a way, that completes the 1 breath cycle. So you're going to repeat that cycle at least 4 times and up to 8 cycles maximum. And as you do this, it has a way of diffusing stress as much as possible. Coupled with the fact that the oxygen you are taking a more volume of oxygen as a way of accelerating the function of your body system, the muscles and the brain and the nervous system. And we actually diffuse stress as much as possible. That is what it does. So I want to encourage you to practice these as much as possible. Then also you can combine your prayer with prayer work and moving around. You don't keep on sitting on the same spot. You move around while you pray. You pray in tongues, then make your request and take authority. And as you keep doing that, and you keep focusing on seeing your needs done. So that is the deep breathing and prayer procession. I want you to practice that as much as possible. Then the final one is the sleep hygiene reset. I've shared it with you before. So you just follow, make sure you have a regimented time you want to sleep, maybe 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and you stay put to that time. 30 minutes before that time, you switch off all screens, your tab, your phone, your laptop, your desktop, whatever. You switch off all the screen, your TV, you switch off everything, go lie down on your bed. Those who are, of course, who can pray, you can again make a short prayer before you go to bed. And then by the time you lie down, of course, you switch on your light. And then if you have difficulty in sleeping straight away, if you have worked very hard in the day, I don't expect you to have difficulty in sleeping, but if you still have difficulty in sleeping, then you can begin to pray in tongues, in the spirit or in tongues under your breath, if you're born again and if you are filled with the Holy Ghost. Else, I will advise you to go and make sure you're baptized in the Holy Ghost so I can speak in tongues, because it brings a refreshing and it helps you too. And the Holy Ghost will bring a refreshing upon you. It will also diffuse element or trace of stress in you and will enhance your sleep system. So that is the procedure for the 2 that you are going to follow. And once you are done with that, then you go on to your log session and make sure you log in all the details of activities you have done for that day. This is a log, the daily witness log. So you use the space to document and reflect on your activities, your emotion and insights you experience. What did I do today? How I felt before and after. You report that, and then key insights on learning, what you learn from your experience, you document it. That is actually the same pattern for each day, day 1, day 2, and continuously like that. That is how you keep reporting the log. So that is the pattern you are going to follow. Don't forget, don't take this regimentally the same way you take the pills from your medical doctor. So I encourage you to make sure that you take this regimentally. If you follow this simple instruction, you will discover that you begin to experience dramatic changes, as it were. So see you again on day 3.